Sorry, went ahead and muted everyone. How's everybody doing today? Um, we've got some great presentations lined up for this morning. We've got Shannon in Dallas and Nicole in Lagrange who are going to give us some great presentations on things that they're doing in their downtowns that we learned about during assessment time, and just by keeping track of all the great work everyone's doing. I want to thank everybody for being here this morning. Any of our partners that are on here, DCA reps, I know there's a few. Thank y'all for taking the time to be on the call. And we'll do a couple of quick announcements. Ellen, I know you had a couple announcements to share if you want to.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Ellen Hill. I am the compliance coordinator for the Office of Downtown Development at DCA. Glad to see everyone this morning. Just one real quick update for our accredited communities. I still have about 20 of y'all who have not signed the Main Street America sublicense agreement. If your community has not signed that, please make sure you get that done so I can give you your accredited logo from them. Otherwise, I'm not able to give that to you. And it would, once you sign it, I'll get it uploaded to your Dropbox folders. Those of you who have signed both the MOU and your sublicense agreement should have gotten a notification at some point in the last week or so of your MOUs and your logos and branding that are uploaded to your Dropbox folders. So if they're not in there, that means you probably likely have not signed your sublicense agreement. So make sure you get that done for us, and I will make sure that you get your accredited logo. And just another reminder, don't forget about training. I know like today counts as training, but don't forget that you have training hours, and also your board members have training hours, and this also definitely counts for them. So just remember to keep reminding these folks, here and there, that they've got to get their 2 hours if they're not new board members. So that's really all I've got as far as announcements go.
Well, and thanks for bringing up the training, because we do have a lot of things coming up in the next, I guess, quarter of the year through the end of the year. I'll just shout out, we have Main Street 101 at the GDA conference, along with all the great trainings that GDA's got put together for that. We have our next coffee and conversation is actually going to be the first Thursday of August instead of the 3rd. So the team from Rome and GDA can give an update on the conference. So make sure you don't miss that. We've got Mobilize Main Street coming up in October with Fidelia in Statesboro. So registration is open for that, and we have to cap that at about 40 folks. So if you're interested in participating in Mobilize this year, make sure you register early. And then lastly, we rescheduled our storytelling training with Main Street America. Originally, we were going to have that in May, but we moved it to November. So registration is open for that as well. It's going to be in Fayetteville. Thank you, Caitlin, for helping us host that. And we've got a few other webinars that are happening too. But if you need to get in one of those in-person trainings, those are the opportunities that we've got coming up. And also just want to do a quick little announcement, I guess. I know a lot of people are using the AI like note takers and chat bots, but we're trying something a little different this time, since we do record our meetings and post them on YouTube and share all the presentations and recordings. So we're going to try and not have the note takers on our meeting today and see how that goes, because they can be a little bit disruptive sometimes in the chat and people getting a lot of notifications. So we're going to see how that goes. And I appreciate everybody for being patient on that. And also, is Jason on the call, or Renee? Was going to turn it over to GDA real quick for some updates before we hand it off to Nicole with our first presentation.
I have got the notes.
Okay, perfect.
Conference committee. I don't know. I can't see who all. I know Renee's not here. I'm not sure about Jason. But we did have another conference committee meeting Tuesday. And for the ones of you that have not registered for conference, please make sure when you hang up today that you do that. We've got some fun things planned for you. I'll go ahead and let you know now. Go ahead and get your toga outfit ready to go, because when in Rome, that's what we do. So we're having a toga night on Wednesday night. We seriously have some fun stuff planned. There's going to be a lot of learning, but there's going to be a lot of networking opportunities, especially for the new managers, to see what we're all about and maybe connect with a veteran manager and just kind of start helping each other along the way. But make sure you register if you haven't. Also want to go ahead and let you know to be thinking about your silent auction basket that you're going to bring. That benefits our Adam Edge scholarship. And if any of you have ever had an opportunity to attend a GDA conference or a National Main Street conference by way of the scholarship, that's how you are able to do that, is from the funds that we raise through the silent auction. So please go ahead and start gathering up your items from your community. It is a fun time. It is very competitive. I have been known to be standing over a bid sheet with my pen while somebody else is popping my hand, and that person won. And anyway, it's a fun time and it's a great way to raise money. Another thing is the RFP. If you are a community and you're interested in the 2028 GDA conference, the RFP has been extended to the 31st of this month. We want to be able to give everyone an opportunity to submit their application for being a host for our 2028 conference. We will announce the 2027 location at conference. So this would be for the following year. But yeah, again, fun things coming up. Rome has done a tremendous job at putting together all kind of fun things for us for the after hours networking, but there will be a lot of learning there during the day and mobile workshops. You just don't want to miss it. So if you haven't signed up, you're also welcome to sign up your board, your mayor, council, any of your city officials. We want everyone. And we've done a few little changes, and we've made the awards dinner similar to a chamber dinner. So it's going to be a dinner along with the awards on Tuesday night. So it's a little bit of a difference. We want to be able to make sure that we really love on the communities that have worked so hard throughout the year and won these awards. And we want to be able to make sure everyone is there present to congratulate them. But if anybody has any questions, you can put those in the chat for me, and I will be able to answer those for you. And if I don't have the answer, I'll get it for you. But yeah, Ellen, whatever. Ellen won the last time there was a toga contest. Ellen won. We know that.
I did.
Yes, she did. We already know that. We've heard. But let's outdo each other, and let's just come and let's be cute. Yeah, toga contest Wednesday night. That's it. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Valinda. That's all the updates from GDA we've got? I don't want to skip anybody.
Oh, I'm sorry. If anybody else is on here for anything.
No, you're good.
Conference.
Thank y'all for all the hard work you're putting into putting this conference together. I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, cool. Well, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and turn it over to Nicole in Lagrange. She's going to be talking to us today about their downtown's partnership with Lagrange College. So, Nicole, I'm going to mute and
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Nicole Spivey. I am the Main Street Director and also the Director of Marketing and Promotions for Downtown Lagrange. I have been in this position for exactly a year now, so I'm excited to be a part of the Main Street program. Just a little backstory on Lagrange College. Lagrange College is the oldest private college in the state of Georgia. It was established in 1831. It's a liberal arts school, and there's roughly around 813 students with 500 students living on campus. So just a little backstory there before we get started. Okay. Okay, so one of my favorite traditions we've created with the college is our annual downtown scavenger hunt during Welcome Week. It's one of the first opportunities for incoming students to experience downtown, not as visitors, but as part of their new community. And fun fact, Welcome Week is the same as our Georgia Main Street Conference. So on Wednesday, me and my boss, we will be leaving Rome, coming back to Lagrange, and then hosting the scavenger hunt before going back to Rome to finish the conference. So each year, freshmen are given a scavenger hunt that sends them around our downtown. They visit local businesses, landmarks, and public spaces, taking photos at each stop before returning to submit their completed hunt for a chance to win downtown Lagrange gift certificates. Cassidy, if you'll do the next slide. So this is just an example of the scavenger hunt that we give them. We keep it really fun. It's kind of like just pop in and say hello to this owner, stop by Charlie Joseph's, find the cross hanging outside. It's just really interactive. Okay, the next slide. This is also the perfect time for downtown businesses to post welcome signs or advertise job openings. We also have window decals our office hands out to everyone that promotes a college discount. So when the students are walking around, they can kind of take note of where to return to for that college discount. Next slide. And here are just some examples. One of our restaurants was like, if you're looking for a sign, this is it, apply today. They had it in their window. Next slide. Okay, what makes this event special isn't just the scavenger hunt itself, it's the atmosphere we've created. We transformed the square into a true welcome celebration with a DJ, music, a stage, a representative from the city of Lagrange, our mayor's there, our city council, Lagrange College leadership, and our downtown development authority are all there to greet the students. And one thing that we found is that most of our students are coming from larger cities, and they're just amazed that they can literally meet the mayor and shake their hand. I think that's what all the students were just excited about. So it really creates like a hometown experience for them. Okay. Okay. And so last year, we looked for another opportunity to continue connecting the campus and the community beyond Welcome Week. So we partnered with Lagrange College during our holiday season for Characters on the Square. We invited several holiday characters to downtown Lagrange to take free photos with families, hand out candy canes, and create a fun, festive atmosphere. One of the biggest highlights was having Pouncer the Panther join us. For many local children, this was the first opportunity to meet Lagrange College's mascot in a fun, approachable setting. Events like this introduce the college to families long before their children are thinking about college. It builds familiarity with the institution while creating positive memories right here in downtown. And what's great is we're also strengthening the college and the entire community. So next slide. Okay, so another goal of mine this year was to expand the partnership beyond just our office and the college. And I really wanted to get the local businesses to become active participants in welcoming students and engaging students. So during one of our monthly meetings, I invited all of the downtown businesses to sign up to host a Lagrange College Night during 1 month between September and April. And this gave each business the opportunity to create an event specifically designed with students in mind. The response was fantastic last year. Each business put on its unique spin to the idea. For example, our ice skating rink, Sweetland on Ice, they donated 10% back of the evening's proceeds to the college. One of our restaurants organized a Lagrange College themed trivia night. One of our entertainments places, they hosted line dancing classes, which was really fun. And it was a great way to not only ask the students to come downtown, but to truly invite them downtown. Since they had events created specifically for them, it helped them feel welcomed and valued and connected to the community. And at the same time, it was a great way for our merchants to introduce themselves to the students. And some of the stores, like the students probably would not have went to, like our antique shop downtown, but Mr. Owl created this huge spread of food, and all the kids, were excited just to come for free food. And in the meantime, they were shopping as well. So next slide. Okay, so this is a video, and as you'll see in this video, all of these events kind of led us to one important realization. It's like, as our office is creating all of those events, I'm 35 and I am way outside of my college years. And no matter how hard I was brainstorming to be like, okay, what do these kids want to do? I truly do not know what they want to do. And so we decided, like, we realized we're missing one critical piece, and that's the students' voices. So together with Lagrange College, our office created the Lagrange Bridge Advisory Council. And this is a student-led council designed to serve as a bridge between campus and our downtown community. And so what happened was, the college nominated 10 outstanding student leaders representing a variety of organizations, athletics, and academic programs. And this committee, we all meet once a month and we share ideas, they provide feedback, and they help shape future partnerships. Earlier this year, they were officially introduced and inducted before the Lagrange City Council, which was a meaningful moment, recognizing them as community leaders. This first year has really been about building the foundation, developing the bylaws, electing the officers, defining the roles, kind of creating a structure to keep us going for the coming years. However, as we move into this new year in August, we're excited to shift from planning to actually being able to host initiatives led by the students. And then one unexpected benefit that we've received from this is that we have gained an incredible volunteer support from this council. So anytime that I have anything going on downtown, I'll ask our council for volunteers, and between their athletic teams that they're on, their Greek organizations, they've connected to us with hundreds of volunteers that are free and that are excited to come downtown to help. For example, the basketball teams, they volunteer during our downtown trick-or-treating, and they just help the family safely navigate the pedestrian crossings. The football team provided much needed manpower during the Lagrange Cycling Classic. The 5U girls, they ran and helped do our Heart and Soul 5K, which was a Valentine's Day themed event we hosted. And one major accomplishment that I'm especially proud of is that the council worked with the college to have many of our downtown events and their volunteer opportunities approved for CE credits, which are college enrichment credits. And every student at Lagrange College is required to have, I believe, 10 per year that they attend. So anytime that they come downtown for an event or they volunteer with our office, that is counted as a credit that they need to graduate. So today, what started with inviting students downtown for events, today, I mean, the students are truly helping lead initiatives, volunteer, serve as ambassadors, and shape the future of downtown alongside us. And so this video was just a little video we put together for City Council and for our city. So enjoy. Cassidy, I don't hear anything. Is it because you're
Maybe,
muted?
I was gonna say, maybe it's because I'm muted. Let me try
Yeah.
again. Okay. Can you hear it now?
Yes. I don't think you can still hear anything.
I don't know why. I think everyone can't hear anything. Okay. Nicole, I'm not sure what's going on with the sound on here because I can only view this presentation. I can't edit, but I can hear it on my end. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I will include the video
Okay.
in the recap we send out to everyone. Sorry, guys, that we can't get the sound going.
It's okay. If you just want to scroll at the bottom and I can kind of go over some keynotes. Okay. So this video that we put together really just introduces the Lagrange Bridge Advisory Council. So we had Susanna Baxter, which is the president of Lagrange College, speak on behalf of this partnership. We had our mayor, a city council member who is also a Lagrange College alumni. And then from there, we the students introduced themselves as the founding members of this and kind of just explained their who they are, why they wanted to join this advisory council, what their what they do at the college, so any sports that they're on or their majors, things like that, that they think would be beneficial to the council. And it was very clear that everyone on this committee basically said they're here to bridge, hence the name, the college with downtown. That is the president of the council, Katie Gonzalez. And so it was just a great way to see these young students really want to become involved in downtown. They just didn't know how. And so through them, they're giving us their exact ideas and ways that they can get involved and want to be involved. So that's it.
I apologize to all these students in the bad frames I'm catching their faces in.
You're good.
Anyways, okay, sorry about that. But yeah, we'll definitely make sure that the video is working when we send out the recap. But thank you, Nicole. And if anybody's got any questions for her, feel free to throw them in the chat. We are going to move on to the second presentation and then take all the questions at the end. But yes, thank you so much, Nicole. We're going to move on to Shannon now. I'm going to get her presentation pulled up. And take it away.
There it is.
Yeah, give me just, okay.
Okay, so I'm Shannon Gordon. I'm the Main Street Manager for the City of Dallas. I've been in my position for about 4 years now. You can go to the next slide now. Dogs Day Out started as part of our Food Truck Friday series in 2023. It won Outstanding Downtown Promotion at the Georgia Downtown Conference Association or Conference in 2025. Our Food Truck Friday series, we do 4 a year, and each one has its own theme. So in June, we do a Jeep Fest. In July, we didn't have one in July. In August, we have a car show. And then in September was when Dogs Day Out was. But due to its popularity, we moved it to its own event day. Next slide. Some of our activities for Dogs Day Out has included the dog pools, which was a hit, super inexpensive idea. Just go get a kiddie pool. from the dollar store. We had the caricature drawings from Toonheads come out. They've been absolutely great to work with, and they draw pet portraits with their owners. Another super easy and inexpensive thing just to add to the ambiance of the event was our dog library. Take a stick, leave a stick. It wasn't really used, but it was a funny little idea to add. We also had dog-related vendors. We invited a food truck that had popsicles. We had live music as part of our Food Truck Friday series. We have live music at every single Food Truck Friday. And then dog adoptions. And then as of last year, we actually had weenie dog races. And then that is what the next video is. You can go to the next slide. So this is how I wanted every round to go. You can see that all the dogs take off and we easily have a winner. That's not how it went for every single round. We had about 4 rounds of weenie dog races. So that's how I wanted it to go. The next video can show how chaotic it is, and we're not going to play the whole thing because it's 4 minutes long. And I think this is the round that we didn't get a winner at all. So all the weenie dogs didn't run very far at all. They were so terrified of the crowd. You can see one of the dog owners wore a weenie dog costume in the fencing area. And then you can fast forward to the end. They would get so close and then they would get scared and they would run back. And it was honestly it was hilarious. People, you can hear the sound in the video. Somebody was like, "This is great." But it was pure entertainment. The owner sat at the end, sometimes with squeaky toys or treats to try to get them to cross the line. We had one round where we didn't have a winner at all, and then another round where I think it was like a 4-minute long race. So you can go to the next slide. So about the weenie dog race, it was huge. As soon as we announced it on social media, it was shared so many times. Then I was kind of freaking out, like, how many people are going to be interested? Are people just going to talk about being excited about it and then not actually participate? So we teased it out on social media first, and then we did a pre-registration, and then we didn't charge a registration fee for the race to participate. Our dog gate that you saw in the video was created by an employee of Daco Systems. They are a great sponsor for downtown. And I was talking about the weenie dog race with them and mentioned that, there's a sponsor that's like, anything you need, just let me know. And I was like, anything? So their employee is a great woodworker and they covered the cost. Daco Systems covered the cost of the gate and the guy's time in creating the gate. So it has a little pull system, a little knob goes in to keep the fence or the gate part down, and then you pull it out and then the gate shoots up and then all the dogs run. We had a total of about 30 dogs register, and again, a total of 4 rounds. I was worried that people were going to register and no show, but we only had about 4 people, I think, not show up. We had a DJ and announcer to direct the attendees to the entrance of the gate to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. He was very helpful to have. I'm kind of a person that feels like I have to do it all, and I'm really glad that I didn't try to take that on myself because I was already organizing the dogs at the start line. We did have our ambassadors volunteer for this event. They assisted with the check-in and assisted with referee and judging and recording the finish line in case of a tie. I was really scared that there was going to be a fight between dog owners and they were going to be like, my dog won. No, my dog won. So I had somebody videoing the finish line just to make sure we needed a playback. I also had our city marshal as our little referee because nobody was going to fight him on what he said, You can go to the next one. So the community involvement, I do believe that this is one of the reasons that we were able to get the award at conference. Local vendors attended. We actually have a downtown pet boutique on Main Street. She sells collars and bandanas and a bunch of treats. Now she sells dog food. So this was a great opportunity for her to jump on. She provides free barcouterie, so charcuterie for dogs, and free pup cups. And then she supplied all of the free tennis balls. So once they were gone, they were gone. But we gave her a little shout out on our signage next to the activities that she sponsored. Other downtown merchants participated by being dog friendly during the event and putting out dog bowls. We got the Paulding County Animal Shelter involved, and they hosted dog adoptions. And then a fun little backstory: in a previous life, I interned at a radio station, and I got to know Dallas McCade, who's on 101.5. She's a huge dog lover. I put her in contact with Paulding County Animal Shelter, and Dallas ended up coming out and helping with the dog adoptions, and she was able to get Riley Green tickets, and they did some sort of raffle with the animal shelter with Riley Green tickets. So that was a great contact to have. And then for the food trucks, I was really selective in the food trucks that we had at the event. There was one grilled cheese truck that he serves on a day-to-day, free grilled cheeses for dogs. So I invited him out. We had hot dog vendors out as a fun little play on words. And then Little Miss Juicy was the food truck that served the popsicles. We promoted the event by using Downtown Rome's idea from a few years ago, the Paw Enforcer contest. Rome had it, the dog mayor contest. I didn't want to completely copy it, so we turned it around a little bit. But it really helped promote the event. It was a Facebook voting contest where people sent in photos of their dogs, and then the dogs with the most likes on Facebook won. People were crazy about that competition. They took it very seriously. And then these winners that you can see in the picture, they were posting in Dotson Facebook groups asking random people to vote for them. They took it so serious. And then they showed up with this badge on the dog stroller that they made themselves as the Paw Enforcer. So it was very fun. I think we had 600 likes on one of the photos. So engagement was really great on our Facebook page. And then we said, what are we going to do with all these dog pictures that were sent to us? And we turned it into a fun little fundraising opportunity, and we sold some dog calendars. So that was a hit too. I think we sold a total of about 75. You can go to the next slide. We have a pretty large sponsorship packet, and we sell our sponsorships by event. The Dog's Day Out has been one of our fastest selling sponsorship packages for this year, totaling $7,500. And then you can see our sponsorship levels there. I didn't include all the details of what they receive. If you have questions, you can send me an email. But this year I bumped the sponsorship for the presenting sponsorship up to $4,000, and it's a local animal hospital that is sponsoring that. So they were not even engaged with us whatsoever, and they saw the opportunity to hop on, and they actually have sponsored other events this year as well. You can go to the next slide. So in summary, majority of our merchants reported increased foot traffic and the highest number of sales compared to the other 3 Food Truck Fridays during the year. It has increased foot traffic year after year, and this year is the year that we're removing it from Food Truck Friday and kind of making it its own little identity. It helps bring people and their dogs together in downtown and helps create a pet-friendly downtown. So 2027 Dogs Day Out. Honestly, doing this presentation has motivated me to come up with more ideas. So this year we're going to do a hot dog eating competition. I have a local restaurant who has volunteered to cook hot dogs on the grill to supply to the hot dog participants. We're going to do a dog fashion show. That was an idea from the owner of the pet boutique in downtown. I'm not sure what that's going to look like. We're probably going to do it on a very small scale this year, but I'm really excited about that. And then I've reached out to our county sheriff's office. Our city police department does not have a very friendly canine, which is probably good. But but the sheriff's office will hopefully come out this year and do a little demonstration as part of the event for this year. And that's all that I have. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Shannon. That was great. This is probably a stupid question, but hot dog eating contest for the dogs?
No, for humans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That's actually mentioned on our graphic is sorry dogs, this one's for the humans or something like that.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions for Nicole or Shannon? Rosemary would love to see your sponsor packet. So would Yvonne. If you want to send me a link or something to your sponsor packet, I can put that in the email that I send out to everybody for like the recap email for this call, if you're cool with that.
I can do that. It's actually modeled from yours from Tybee.
Oh, okay, cool. I can't take any credit for that. That was probably Maggie who put that together. Maggie, if you're on the call, good job. Any other questions about anything? Nicole, one thing that I think maybe very lightly touched on in her presentation is just how they've used interns from the college in their office, and they get credit for their time interning. And I know a lot of people have expressed some interest in having an intern. So Nicole would be a great person to reach out to talk with setting up that kind of program with your office. Interns are great for helping you get the low-hanging fruit off your plate, but you also got to teach them. It's not usually a workload relief. It does add a little bit to your plate, but coming from me, my Main Street internship in Statesboro a long time ago is probably the reason why I have this job today. So shout out to Alan and Elena for tolerating me.
I wanted to add too that I actually had it approved to where my intern is staying on with me this summer as a paid internship through our office. So I've been able to have her for a year now, and it's been really good. So
yeah, definitely. If you've got any kind of packet put together on internships, if you want to send me that, Nicole, or that could probably be another great topic for a coffee and conversation later down the road. If there's a good bit of people interested in internship programs, let me know. We'll try to put something together. But if we don't have any questions, I do have another topic I'd like to brainstorm with everybody, but I don't want to move on at last call for questions for Shannon and Nicole. Does anybody have anything? All right, if you think of something, put it in the chat. But just with, it already being July and Christmas is going to be here, holiday time is going to be here before we know it. I want to use a little bit of our time that we have left to talk about some ideas that y'all are doing for Small Business Saturday. We've gotten a lot of people reaching out, asking for some inspiration and what kind of ideas we can share. We all know about the American Express Neighborhood Champion program, where you can order some swag and that kind of deal. And I did not think ahead to have a plant in the audience for this question. So if I don't get anybody to volunteer to share, I'm just going to start calling names and see what y'all have done for your Small Business Saturday in the past, whether it's an event or a promotion, just with your retailer, something you do on social media, any of that. And I'm looking at Valinda because I know you've got something going on. So we'll start it out with you.
I'll tell you about what we did last year, and it worked out really great. And I borrowed this idea from Christy from Rochester from National Conference. If any of you've ever met her, she's a wealth of information. But we had a cookie crawl. And so there was something already going on at the Mill on Etowah. They do their Christmas big event. It's 2 days. So That takes care of all the businesses at the mill, but I knew I had to do something for our businesses on Main Street in the downtown area. So what I did is I contacted, first of all, I got the number of businesses and said, do you want to participate? They were like, yes. So we got them as buy-in. They didn't have to do anything. And so then I contacted bakers, and a lot of them were from my farmer's market. And so what I asked them to do was bake me 300 cookies, wrap them in individual little packages, kind of thing. So it wasn't like handing with tongs and that kind of thing. A friend of mine that was a former board member, we sat in the gazebo, had really cute little Christmas musics going, have a table, and we gave them all boxes. So they met with us first. They came and they got their box, and then we gave them a listing of all the businesses that were participating that day in the cookie crawl, and then they went out shopping. The best part was the business owners didn't have to necessarily stand at the table because the bakers were there. Here we are moving into Christmas season. Everybody's going to need cookies for their office. They don't have time to bake. So they were able to get cookies, and then they gave them the business card, and then they got their cookie. They could enjoy it there if they wanted to, or put it in their little cookie box, and then they were on their way. Again, we did 300 cookies. We did have a few left over, and because we had a Christmas event coming up, I was able to use those. And then we had a cookie station with a church that gave out the free cookies with their hot chocolate. So it was a way to get people in the businesses. I paid the cookie people. I said, I don't have a big budget for this, but they were fine. I gave them each $100, and they were totally fine with that because they said, this is a marketing opportunity for me. And so then I paid them all out, and it was a win-win. We had people in the businesses, they got a cookie to take home. They had all the different types of cookies, and then it helped the small businesses because then we're talking about loving local, and sometimes small businesses isn't necessarily just all your brick and mortar. It is your other businesses that are part of your farmers markets. And so that's what we did. Not sure what we're doing this year, but we're already thinking about it. I'll listen for all your ideas, so maybe I'll snatch one of those.
Love it. Fernanda put in the chat that Pembroke has in the past looked at doing a small business parade before the holiday season started. Wanted to know if anybody had ever done that before, and Colleen shared an example in Locust Grove. But if anybody else has done a small business parade and want to send some feedback over to Fernanda, that would be great. Another thing I was thinking about, and I'm going to put April on the spot, is your Downtown Dollars program in Thomasville. I know you guys do some promotions kind of throughout the year. So I don't know if you do it specifically on Small Business Saturday, but I think I remember during the summertime you have like that punch card, spend a certain amount downtown. And if I'm butchering it, I'm so sorry. But April, are you still on here?
Yes, I'm here. Okay. Yes. So for Small Business Saturday, we've done this for several years, and it actually ended up being, oh, Tanya's showing off one. We can barely see it with the blur, but we do, for Small Business Saturday, the Sunday leading up to that week, we do a holiday open house. And so that's really when the shopping season starts for the holiday season. And we open it up on a Sunday, and we've been told that the merchants, with their sales, it ends up being like one of the highest retail days for our merchants downtown. And Victorian Christmas and Rose Show, like you have 6,000 people that come, but a holiday open house, it just feels like it's your locals that feel like they can actually get downtown and walk the streets and really enjoy the shopping experience. It feels like a little bit of a slower pace, but what we do is we set up 5 different stations throughout the downtown, and for every $20 that you spend on that day, you can put your name into a drawing to win Downtown Dollars. And so we're all set up at different blocks around the downtown, and we use just a blue highlighter to kind of check off the receipt from that day and put their tickets into the drawing. And we do 5 $100 downtown dollar giveaways that day. And so it adds to the excitement. You know, we're sitting at our table with Small Business Saturday material. That material has definitely reduced over the years. So we're having to be very creative in promoting Small Business Saturday by American Express, but it's still a great opportunity. We have a lot of Tallahassee, so surrounding area traffic that comes during that day as well. And I'm still surprised every year because we do ask people where they're traveling from or if they're local. And so it's a great way for us to kind of hands-on kind of see those analytics because we're sitting there asking those questions. And so it gives us something to really guide our marketing for that year as well and see what's working and what's not. And so, yeah, it's different aspects of it are successful. And then the award-winning holiday or summer loyalty card that we've done. It is just a simple print of a card, and I've got some up here. I can send as examples if you'd like, but on the back side of it, it has different little things that merchants can mark off saying you've spent $20 in their store. And so when you fill it all out, you can turn it back into the merchant. So we have signature drop-off locations, and then we do drawings. And so we do partner with like our downtown hotel or our area plantation and do different giveaways throughout the month of the summer or the months of the holiday. And it's just encouraged promotion through that. Happy to send any information on it.
Thank you, April. Sorry to put you on the spot like that.
You're good.
But that's great information. Rosemary also said that their board is going to feature local vendors who don't have a storefront on social media to drive some sales. They've got a limited number of retail-oriented businesses on their main street. So they're doing more of a marketing campaign to promote their retail businesses. I know a lot of people snag the graphics from American Express about Small Business Saturday, and I'll probably put some things together for you guys to consider using and send it out to you ahead of time. April, if you want to send me some of the information about your Downtown Dollars program that you were talking about, I'll put that also in the email to everybody so everybody can get it. Who else has something unique that they do for their Small Business Saturday? I know a lot of people do it like a holiday open house and social media.
So we do like exclusive like bags, kind of like the American Express bags that we give out for that day. They're actually for that whole week. And it starts that day, and we make them super exclusive to St. Mary's. And we try to go, I'm a little extra, so I like try to like do whatever the theme is in pop culture for that year or something. Like the year that Taylor Swift's, tour started, we did like bags that kind of drew reference to that. And people would reach out and be like, I want to buy a bag. And we're like, they are not for sale. You can only get them from going in and shopping and spending X amount of dollars in our local businesses. And we would put a list out of where the bags were and stuff like that. And I mean, we generally get like 500 bags, and they're free to our merchants. And we never, ever have any left. So
Speaking of bags, I know Carly in Jasper just ordered some downtown Jasper unique reusable shopping bags. A lot of businesses do things like that. And then if you use them over time, whether like at the farmer's market or another business or something, they might offer a little discount for using that reusable bag. Caitlin wants to know, how do you encourage businesses to participate and run specials? It's hard to get Fayetteville businesses to participate. I'd also, if anybody else has something to say on that, I'll also add that when when I was a local director, we had a hard time getting businesses to participate sometimes because they thought they always had to do a discount. But they don't. They can create, some other kind of special in the store or make people aware of something that may not be like super public, but if they have like a special scent for the holidays, really focus on that kind of thing. Or, finding other unique ways to get people to get in their business and participate without getting them to do a discount, can be a challenge, but it is a good thing to brainstorm. Shannon, did you have something to add on there? You're muted.
Sorry.
You're good.
It's not necessarily Small Business Saturday related, but we kind of hopped on the Pink Friday trend, which is the Friday before Black Friday. So it falls right before our tree lighting. And so it's a really big day with retailers, and we've turned it into part of our Girls Night Out series. And so all the girls come out wearing pink. Somehow we've turned it into a Dolly Parton theme on accident. People will ask us, "What's the theme for Girls Night Out?" But that's been a really big popular event that I feel like has driven more traffic than what Small Business Saturday was doing, just in Dallas at least.
Awesome. And Jasmine, can you talk a little bit about the holiday happenings programming that you put in the chat?
Yeah,
And
happy.
yeah.
Yeah, so for holiday happenings, we last year and the last previous years we've done like a 12 days of Christmas kind of each day like an advent calendar. So each day had a different theme. We worked with a different business each day, whether we had readings at Liberty Books with Mrs. Claus or just various entertainment walking around the downtown, like characters and things of that nature. So we'll probably do something like that again. And then we're also adding in like extra lighting to kind of help it be more festive in the area. And I mentioned the Kindle Market, we're bringing them back, and our businesses. We're really nervous about it in the first year, but they've seen an increase in their sales. And so we're really trying to make sure that they have like a satellite campus on the market so that you can go get teas, honeys, various items from our retail businesses specifically, as well as go to their brick and mortar downtown a block away. So we're really trying to incorporate things that happen in both at our Lawrenceville lawn, our downtown, and our Depot district.
What is the Chris Kindle thing?
So they're a separate organization. They host, this is the one event they do every year, typically during the holiday season in November and December. They typically open either the week before or on Black Friday and go through December 24th. But it's like a German market. And so it's a very traditional German market that has the brown huts, and they are doing the glue vines and having various entertainment on our stage. And last year they had a Ferris wheel. They used to be in Atlanta and Buckhead. And so we were able to recruit them we essentially recruited them to have like a satellite secondary location. It ended up becoming their main location. They will be in Sonoya. I hope I said that right. And this year, so they'll have two locations. So one in South Atlanta as well as in Lawrenceville. But we have about 100 vendors overall. Some of them are pop-ups, but most of them are there the entire month. And so this organization, they give back to their German school. And so they typically they don't really do this to receive a huge profit of the event. It's more so just like a community engagement event they do every year, but this is their one focus throughout the year.
Awesome. Great job recruiting them to host in your community as their main
Labor
spot.
of love.
Maggie put a few activities that Tybee does. But yeah, well, awesome. Thanks for using that. I know it seems like it may be early, but Christmas will be here before you know it. So thank you all for sharing the Small Business Saturday and holiday time ideas. And if you come up with any questions for our presenters today, just reach out to me, let me know, or I'll put their contact information in the email, but otherwise, Ellen, if you think it's okay, we'll give these folks 5 minutes of their day back, and head out a little early. And we'll stay around for a few minutes extra if anybody has any questions for us, and maybe Shannon's got a couple extra minutes to stay on if anybody's got a question for her. But otherwise, hope y'all have a great day, and see you soon in Rome.